What is up, everybody? Coach Chad here, the CEO of the Next Level Coaching Academy. Hope you guys are enjoying this. If you're listening, if you're watching, we're going to dive right in because I got a powerful message. I'm going to talk about something that nobody else in the coaching industry is willing to talk about and has the balls to talk about. And I'm going to fucking do it because I think it needs to be said. So let's go ahead and do it. The coaching space in 2023 is getting fucking smacked around. Smacked around. I'm connected. I know a lot of individuals who have bigger businesses than NLCA. I know a lot of individuals who have smaller businesses than NLCA. I know a lot of individuals that have comparable size businesses as NLCA. Doesn't matter if they're a business coach, a fitness coach, a mindset coach, the coaching industry, the virtual coaching industry, getting smacked around right now. Hard year. All right, 2023, hard year, right? Every single company that I've talked to, their CEO or somebody within the company has expressed the same thing. Hard, and I haven't heard one, and this is not an exaggeration, I haven't had one single conversation where the person tells me that their business is doing great, good, average, or growing. None of those words. Almost everybody is either flatlined or not doing as well as they were in previous years. And that's the truth, and nobody's willing to talk about it. And the reason that nobody's willing to talk about it is because they don't want to put their reputation on their line. They think if they communicate that shit is hard right now, that for whatever reason, people are going to view them differently. And if that's what happens with NLCA, so be it. I think it's better to be truthful than to not. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm not just going to sit on here and complain. What I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about leadership and what the industry really needs right now. But before we do that, we got to provide context. Like I said, this has been the hardest year of entrepreneurship for myself personally. Yeah, I've had conversations with other individuals that have said the exact same thing. If we look at my entrepreneur career, I started 9 years ago. The first 3 years, I don't even know if I can call myself an entrepreneur the first 3 years. I certainly tried. I just didn't have a lot of success. The past 6 years have been very successful, though. And if we're looking at a line of best fit, that line of best fit would be pointed upward. This year, flatlined and some months below in terms of results. Booking is down. Bookings are down for us. Revenue is down. Keeping our team motivated. I'm also going to send this to my team too. It's harder, right? I mean, and rightfully so, right? You want to be a part of something that is winning, and it's hard when nobody's winning right now, right? It's hard to stay motivated, to want to continue to push. Hopefully I can change that with the dialogue today, but that's just the truth, right? And especially if you are a growth-oriented individual. Myself, I thrive off growth, right? I want to be growing. All right. And for business, the metric would be revenue, right? You want to see that number go up because it's a representation of the work that you are putting in. Obviously, my company and myself have grown in many different facets in terms of things that are not just growing the business forward, but it's still fucking hard, right? You want to be able to feel like you are winning. So it's been the hardest year of business for me. One thing that I've had to, come to grips with is not every single year you are going to grow, right? And not every single year you should grow, right? It is necessary to have these times where you're not growing, right? It's necessary for multiple different facets. From a business standpoint, it's necessary because you need the survival of the fittest, right? You need a down market to clear out when something is saturated, right? All the previous years, I would say probably the past 10 years, everybody got into coaching because it was an easy business to grow, right? It was easy to become a big business, right? But when a down market comes, it wipes out the individuals that should have never gotten to the coaching space in the first place. And it leaves the survival of the fittest. It leaves the strongest individuals, right? These times as well, these down times, they also show you your weaknesses, right? They're a mirror. They show you where you have holes in your game, either as a leader, right? Or a staff member, or your business strategy and offer overall, right? But they also catapult you, right? These times, these challenges, they harden you, right? And when things do become easy again, the amount of momentum that you are going to get because of these hard times is 10 times anything that you experienced prior to this. And you got to remind yourself of that. All right, that's not even what we're getting into today. I just wanted to throw that in here because I think it's important. But here's the main issue. All right, the main issue and what I'm hoping to solve and hopefully motivate and inspire you to want to achieve after watching this video is this industry lacks leadership right now. All right, this leadership, this industry doesn't have somebody who's being transparent. This industry doesn't have somebody who's communicating about these problems. Everybody is so afraid to showcase the truth. And here's the reason why. The reason why is because business coaches specifically, they want to paint this image that things are easy. It's easy to grow a coaching business, right? There's no friction, there's no challenges. You can spend 20 hours a week and have a 6-figure business. And these things are not true. Being an entrepreneur is fucking hard. And right now, that's being exposed, right? That's being exposed. I know a lot of individuals who have left the industry. I know a lot of individuals that have pulled back on the industry. And I want to change that. And I want, if you're watching this and you're an NLCA, I want it, meaning a client or a staff member, I want our company to be the catalyst of changing that. I want us to be transparent. I want us to talk about how hard this is, but I want to do it from the point of inspiring a group of individuals, coaches, to continue to push forward so that we can change this narrative and so that we can actually get on the other side of this and we can all flourish and expand. And nobody's willing to do that. And I need your help. So if you are a staff member listening to this, I need you to continue to listen. If you're a client listening to this, I need you to continue to listen. If you're none of those things, I need you to continue to listen because this is extremely important. All right, recapping what we've talked about. All right, down year for coaching space. No one wants to be transparent about it. Nobody wants to highlight it. Nobody wants to talk about it. If you're listening to this, we as a collective are going to be the individuals that do that. We are going to provide the necessary leadership that this industry needs. Now, anytime there is a down cycle, anytime there is a challenge, anytime there is turmoil, there is an opportunity. All right. And I want you to think back in human history. Anytime there's been a dark time, there has been a group of individuals or a single individual that have rised up above it, communicated it, and pulled everybody along with them. And that's what we're going to accomplish. Now, I'm going to highlight one individual in human history. We all know this individual, Martin Luther King. He led a group of individuals through the civil rights movement, and now we have equal rights. All right, I want to talk about all the freaking shit that this man went through for his mission. All right, this man was stabbed at a book signing. He was in Harlem at a book signing, and a woman came up to him, stabbed him. He almost died. He lived through it. All right, number two, his home was bombed, right? He's spreading this message, right? He's fighting against the civil rights movement, right? He's trying to get equal rights for all, and his home was bombed. All right, you would think after that, an individual would say, I don't want to put my family in jeopardy, right? I don't want to put my life in jeopardy. Maybe we'll pack it up. He didn't do that. Number three, he's gotten thousands of death threats. He was under government surveillance. So the government was tapped into everything that he was doing. And eventually, he lost his life for his cause. Eventually, he was assassinated. Now, I'm not saying that you need to do that. I'm not saying that any of these things need to happen to you in order for you to be considered a leader in the coaching space that helps people through this tough time. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I do want to highlight is the lengths that Martin Luther King was willing to go to have this transformation. And once again, I'm calling on you if you're listening, because the coaching space, which the whole entire thing of the coaching space is transformation. It's changing other individuals' lives, right? For business coaching, it's helping people out financially, right? For health, it's helping transform health and fitness. For mindset, it's mindset, right? And we've lost that, right? Over the past 10 years, everybody got into this because they thought it was a quick money grab. It's not. It's a hard business, just like everything else. But if you're committed to transformation, you will listen to my calling. You will listen to this message because the industry needs you right now. NLCA staff member, NLCA client, listener of the Fit CEO podcast, watcher of the Fit CEO YouTube. The industry needs you right now. All right, so let's talk about exactly what the industry needs from you. All right, this is what leaders do in hard times. Like I said, there have been many, many challenges in human history. And any time that we've gotten through those human challenges, it's because of a leader or a group of leaders that exemplify these traits that I have written down here. Number one, they're mission first. All right, it's an NLCA company tenet that means that you put the mission above yourself in your decision-making process. Doesn't mean you have to do that all the time, right? But majority of the time, your decisions are mission first. You're putting the mission before yourself. Martin Luther King was that, right? When he got stabbed, when his house got bombed, when his life was threatened, what did he say? I'm putting the mission before my own life. He did it to the nth degree where his own life was taken, but his mission was accomplished. Number two, these leaders are resilient, right? They stand up during these challenges. When you have a day that you're not booking calls, when you have a day when you're not closing deals, when you have a day where clients are stressed out or whatever it may be because of the state of the world, because maybe clients are fearful of this, that, and other thing that they see on the news, right? These leaders are resilient. They continue to push forward. They continue to find a way. They continue to show that no matter what challenges are thrown their way, they're going to continue to move forward. Number three, these leaders are courageous. They're unafraid to face challenges, just like the Act First tenet in NLCA. The Act First tenet means exactly that. You're never going to have all the answers, but you act first. You move forward. During these hard times, if you want to play your part as a leader that will help the coaching space continue to foster, continue to thrive, continue to get through this tough year of 2023 and beyond, you'll act first too. You'll be courageous too. Number five, faith. Every single leader that has led a group of individuals through a tough time has exercised faith, right? Or optimism, right? Faith or optimism. Ask yourself, how optimistic have you been lately? In your conversations with your clients, in your conversations with your staff members, in your conversations with fellow staff members, how optimistic have you been lately? Have you been leading with optimism? Have you been sharing a positive message? Have you been sharing a message of hope and faith? Have you been showcasing the light at the end of the tunnel? If not, I need you to. Number five, endurance, right? These leaders that lead people through tough times have endurance. Now, endurance means two things to me. One, in the short term, they have long ass days, right? They realize that there is a mountain of work in front of them if they are going to lead their company, their people, their clients through these tough times. And they are willing to endure the long days. It also means short-term, long days. It also means long-term that no matter how long these challenges go on, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, they are going to play the long game and they are going to endure those challenges for however long it's necessary to achieve their particular mission. So I'm calling on you right now. I need you to endure those long days. I need you to endure however long it's going to take to get the coaching space back in the right spot. Hopefully just this year, but we shall see. Number six, leaders that lead people through tough times always have moral integrity. They don't sacrifice moral integrity for the mission. They don't sacrifice moral integrity because shit is hard right now. No, they keep moral integrity on the high ground. All right, this is truth first. If you're an NLCA staff member, right? Truth first, and I talked about truth first to start off this call. Truth first, yes, it means communicating the truth and receiving the truth, but it also means doing the right thing. Can't do the right thing unless you're acting with the truth, right? So I need to ask you right now, when shit is hard, when you have the hardest of hard days, when you feel like there's no hope, when you feel like you should give up, when you feel like you should quit, are you maintaining your moral integrity? Or are you sacrificing that because, fuck, it's hard for me. Why am I even bothering? I need you to be morally integral. Number seven, they have empathy for those that they are leading. And this is the last one. All right. They have empathy for those that are leading. When you are going through these hard times, when you are going through the tough days, it's very hard to look inward and to think, woe is me. Why me? Why is this happening to me? Right. But you have to keep in mind who you are doing this for. For me, I wake up very early and I work very late. And I do it, sure, yes, I do it for me and I do it for my family, but I also do it for my staff. I do it for my staff's family. I know how important this is. I know how important this is to them. This is their fucking livelihood. And they're listening to this right now. I have 34 individuals that I'm responsible for to make sure that we make enough income, that we make enough profit, that they can feed their families, that they can live the life that they want to live, that they can fulfill their dreams. I work fucking hard, not just for the staff, not just for me, but also for the clients. Because without our service, once again, how are they going to achieve their dreams? How are they going to use money as a resource to create the life that they want to create? Right? You have to be empathetic. You got to remember that these hard days have greater purpose than just you. So have empathy with the people that you are leading. My last message is that is what the industry needs. And I'm calling on you right now. The industry needs you to be mission first. The industry needs you to be resilient. The industry needs you to be courageous. The industry needs you to have optimism. The industry needs you to have endurance and moral integrity and empathy. I'm just going to leave you with this one question. Will you step up to my call to lead the industry out of this shit?